And we're back. We're so happy that we can make you laugh on a morning. Some people on social media say they love to hear us laugh every morning. Well, that's part of it, right? You want to start your day on a good spirit, a very good. Remember to affirm yourself every day, and then you can face whatever comes at you. Well, Rokas has a very interesting interview up next, so here's Rokas.
Well, we're going to actually go to the Winners Row, and today's Winners Row guest is the holder of the 2020 Johnston and Amoy-Achong Caribbean Writers Prize. Let's welcome this leader of now, writer and poet, Amanda Chukwan. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning. It's nice to be here.
How are you doing this morning? You hearing me, Amanda?
Sorry, I'm not hearing you. There's just a little bit of feedback in the speaker, the microphone.
Ah, okay. I was just asking if you, well, you can tell us about the prize that you won and what it represents, if you can hear me.
Sure, I can hear you.
Right.
Okay. So the prize is essentially awarded by the Bocas Lit Fest to emerging writers. There are two prizes that really come out of the Caribbean from Bocas. One is for more established writers and one is for emerging writers. And the one that I won was the one for emerging writers.
Okay.
Essentially what it means is that, well, I mean, what it means is that it's basically awarded, I think, to writers that show potential. And what it entails is a trip to England in order to do a writing workshop, the potential for representation by an agent, a sum of money, as well as other things that I may not be able to remember right now. But it does also come with the validation of my work by Bocas, which is, amazing.
Right. Now, this is said to be the region's only prize for emerging writers, and the prize sponsor, who is Dr. Achong Lo, named the prize in honor of his parents. Tell us what the process for qualifying for such a prize was like.
Sure. I mean, it was a little nerve-wracking because I'm a writer, and of course, writing comes with a lot of emotion, insecurity. It's just like another art form. You doubt yourself, you have to push through. So it was a little bit nerve-wracking. Essentially, what I did was I submitted an essay, and that was it. And this was last year, and we waited, and because of COVID, the format that they usually use to give the award had to change because we couldn't meet in person. So it was a matter of the announcement being online, which of course is extremely nerve-wracking. You know who's watching. But yeah, that was it. And then they announced me, and I was like a little bit in shock, to be honest.
Well, congratulations, first of all. I don't know why I didn't start with that, so congratulations from all of us here at TTT. And I know that the actual prize giving ceremony will be at the NGC Bocas Lit Fest, and it won't take place until, well, hopefully September 18th to 20th, when they have postponed the event until, in light of COVID. So, I mean, what does this accomplishment mean for you and your work going forward? Because you said you win all these fantastic things. Well, what does it mean for the work that you're doing?
What it means, I think, to a degree, even though I'm really, really, really excited and honored for this award, is a little bit of business as usual, so to speak. In that, to be a writer, you have to write, essentially. And you just have to keep on doing it. The award, while it does mean that you might access opportunities that you haven't accessed before, it doesn't mean that you have to stop working. And for me, that's what it means. It means that I have to continue my work, I have to continue my practice, and I have to make sure that I'm putting pen to paper in a way that honors what I want to do. And for me, also, what it means is that I'm able to not only bask in my own success, so to speak, but I'm able to create a platform for other writers, because so I've worked overseas in literary publicity, where I represented writers and authors who were from overseas. And what I want to do now that I have won this award is pay it back to my own, to my fellow community in Trinidad and Tobago. So what it also means for me is that I am working on creating a platform for which they can access opportunities overseas, the same kinds that I see other writers of different nationalities accessing every day.
That's fantastic to hear, and I wish you all the best in that regard. Before we go, can you give us an idea, a quick summary as to what the essay that you submitted was about?
Sure. So the title of that essay was It Starts with a Shatter, and essentially it explored what it was like to write and to live overseas as a Trinidadian. What I had found when I went to school for writing. I did an MFA overseas, and while I love the experience, there's no taking that away. What I found was that when I was writing with American writers and writers from different countries, that many of them had never really heard of Caribbean writing, and I had to sort of educate them in a particular way. And also, they were writing in a particular style, and that style to me was very different to what I was writing, and they were informed by different things. And at some point in time, I wondered, will people take my voice seriously as a Caribbean writer? So the essay that I wrote sort of wrestles with those points, but it also talks a little bit more about ways in which about Caribbean history and ways in which the writing or our writing experience is influenced by the foundations of Caribbean literature. And that's really what it's about, sort of following in those footsteps of authors who would have written while overseas about this brand new experience that they were encountering. For me, it was the same thing. It was following in that tradition. So that's what the essay is about.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much, Amanda Chukwan, a writer, poet, and now the 2020 Johnson and Amoy-Achong Caribbean Writers Prize winner, for joining us this morning. It's a pleasure having you here. Congratulations again. And we wish you all the best going forward. So,
Yeah.
we're here on the Now Morning Show.